yokwena ba UPND muli bantu ababi elwa babufi elokabili abantu abashakwata oluse ku bantu banabo ba UPND kuti mwana ashitishashani ubunga ku bantu abena Zambia umwaba poison.
The current government has warned that the mealie meal in Zambia has been poisoned with aflatoxins. Zambia depends on mealie meal as a staple food. People even work so hard just to feed their families mealie meal. And therefore, it is imperative that we are aware of what is currently happening in Zambia. What are aflatoxins? This is how an aflatoxin looks like in maize. Just listen to what is happening in Zambia and it will shock you. Very, very surprising.
Mwebantu somaile tinashokwa kugula unga tutidiko kansima aho mwanti za unga nono ngeka.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great concern that I address the nation today regarding detection of 11 aflatoxin levels in selected maize meal sold on the Zambian market. An alarming number of 100 dogs have died in the past month due to suspected contaminated feed, thereby raising significant concerns about the safety of our food supply. Post-mortem examinations conducted on the deceased dogs also confirmed aflatoxin toxicity, and laboratory results corroborated these findings. Aflatoxins are toxic compounds produced by certain moths that grow in soil, decaying vegetation, hay, and grains. These toxins pose a severe health risk to both humans and animals. In humans, aflatoxin exposed can lead to acute liver damage, liver cancer, immune system suppression, and other chronic health issues. Given the gravity of these risks, immediate and comprehensive action was necessary. Acting proactively, the Minister of Health, through his Public Health Security Wing, the Zambia National Public Health Institute, convened a One Health Stakeholders meeting to address this issue through a holistic, multidisciplinary approach. This meeting included representatives from the Ministry of Health, Zambia Compulsory Standards Agency, Lusaka City Council, the University of Zambia, private veterinary practitioners, Ministry of Fisheries and Livestock, Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, and the Zambia Consumer Association. This multi-sectoral team of inspectors, coordinated by Ministry of Health, conducted field investigations and sampling of maize meal, including animal feed. This was essential because many milling companies produce products for both human and animal consumption. To date, about 10 milling companies have been inspected and more than 25 samples of maize meal collected. And it is with deep concern that in the report, 13 of these samples have been found to contain aflatoxin levels exceeding acceptable standards. Yes, please. Philip Chisalu.
Yes, from newspapers and newspaper. I've got two questions. The question is that the maize that was actually made through radio as well as animal feed that contains toxins. It's the one that is coming from Tanzania. Are you able to confirm such speculations? And my other question is, what are the names of the brands of Mealie that investigated, and how wide?
This is the first one, eh? The second one, how wide?
Yes, was the Mealie.
I totally agree with you that there is need to worry, but in my address, I said we are intensifying sampling. And so far, all the organizations, local government, Minister of Health, we are in the lead. We shall be able to distinguish, first and foremost, where these samples were positive. We want to cut out a trail. Where did they get this maize from? Is it mixed?
Aflatoxins are a family of toxins produced by fungi found on agricultural crops such as maize, peanuts, cottonseed, and tree nuts. The main fungi that produces aflatoxins are Aspergillus flavus and Aspergillus parasiticus, which are abundant in warm and humid regions of the world. What is important, however, is to note that aflatoxin-producing fungi can contaminate crops in the soil while in the field, at harvest, and during storage. People can be exposed to aflatoxins by eating contaminated plant products such as peanuts, or by consuming meat or dairy products from animals that ate contaminated feed. Farmers and other agricultural workers may be exposed by inhaling dust generated during the handling and processing of contaminated crops and feeds. On Tuesday, Minister of Health Elijah Muchima announced the detection of 11 aflatoxin levels in selected maize meal sold on the Zambian market, which has led to the death of about 100 dogs that consumed the suspected contaminated dog feed, raising serious concerns about the safety of the food supply chain. Upon the death of these dogs, post-mortem examination was conducted on the dogs, which confirmed the presence of aflatoxin.
To date, about 10 milling companies have been inspected and more than 25 samples of maize meal collected. And it is with deep concern that in the report, 13 of these samples have been found to contain aflatoxin levels exceeding acceptable standards.
Humans do not consume dog food, but since maize grains make up part of the dog feed, health experts went on to conduct field sampling of maize meal. 10 milling companies were inspected and more than 25 samples of maize meal collected. It was here that it was discovered that 13 of the samples collected were found to contain aflatoxin levels exceeding acceptable standards, which in humans can cause acute liver cancer after prolonged consumption. In an interview with Crown TV News, Millers Association of Zambia President Andrew Chintala explains that the source of contamination is still not certain, indicating that aflatoxin contamination could be in the soil in the field, at harvest, and during storage.
The position is that the investigations are still ongoing because we need to get to the bottom of the issue. So what we've seen in terms of the dog food being contaminated, some of the roller mill, not all the Mealie mills, some of the roller mill was also found to have been contaminated. Now, this is where we are saying we are doing thorough investigations so that we can establish, first of all, the source for the maize. Is it the maize? Is it the seed? So, but obviously the aflatoxin levels and effects could be caused by the high moisture conditions, and in most cases it could be as a result of procuring grain that has got high moisture content before the moisture levels drop to the acceptable standards.
Mr. Chintala has also explained that the aflatoxin levels were only identified in the roller mill, but whose levels were still safe for human consumption according to the acceptable international standards.
The aflatoxin being in the Mealie mill is not foreign. There are acceptable standards. There are standards that have been developed world over. If you go by the American standard, the aflatoxin level that is expected is 20 ppb. For Europe, it's 0.5. For Africa, it's between 10 to 20 ppbs. Now, If a human being consumes a product which has got aflatoxins, that has got 20 parts per billion, which is PBB, it's not harmful. It's still okay. It has no effect on your liver or anything, unless you consume anything that is beyond, contains more than 20 ppbs.
But the question many are asking is whether the maize meal on the market is safe. Mr. Chintala says 95% of the affected batches of maize have been recalled from the market.
You recall a product, or you trace a product by what we call the batch reference number. So we looked at the commodities, the quantity of mealie meal that was produced, and then I can safely say that 95% of that product was recalled. So whatever went in, I think, is minimal. That is why you've not seen that there is no panic and alarm from us to alarm the nation, because we know that the effect of that is actually minimal. So I apologize, yes, for the dogs that have died, but I can confidently say that that commodity, if people consumed it, it is not harmful, because it meets the required standard.
Zambians generally consume a lot of shima and would no doubt welcome an assurance of their safety. Christine Mapani, Crown TV News, Lusaka.
yokwena ba UPNG muli bantu ababi elwa babufi elo kabiri abantu abashakwata obuse ku bantu banabo ba UPNG kuti mwalashiti shashani ubunga ku bantu abena Zambia umwaba poison, the poison which we are told would attack lungs and also kidneys. How can you be such a bad government that you have no problem at all selling mealie meal which is poisonous, and you find out that information, you are given that information, you still go ahead and say we are going to hide the identity of the mealie meal? Is it so that people should continue buying the same mealie meal? Or could it be that it's part of the mealie meal you've been exporting, so you are afraid that the problem might even escalate to beyond the borders? I think you need to be serious. Can you quickly give the people the identity of the mealie meal so that abantu bareke okushita obunga umuli poison in order to save the lives of the people? Abantu abakafwani banga, even after it is already known to you that some of the mealie meal on the market is poisonous. Abantu balidya sana obunga obwalekanalekana n'obwa ZNS, obunga bwa buteko. Ubunga bwa ZNS, is it part of the poisonous mealie meal so that people can stop buying it forthwith? I think you need to be serious. I have never seen heartless people like UPND government. This government needs to change. You need to begin to focus more on the people than focusing on business. Takwaba, mukatubepe fintu finga. Ministers are under investigations. No, we will withhold the names. We will hide the names. Oh, bunga muli poison. No, we'll still hide the name of the names of mealie meal which contains poison. And you call that transparency. You call that accountability. You call that responsibility. What type of people are you? You just need to change.
Based on the government guidelines, destruction of mealie meal has begun. As long as the mealie meal is not safe, this is what they are doing. It is being destroyed. Good job, government. And as for ZNS, they've also assured us that Ego mealie meal is absolutely safe, as well as even the PS was even eating the mealie meal. I'll share the videos of this. So guys, this is what is going on in Zambia. This is thousands and millions of kwacha in the drain. Mass destruction of mealie meal. Yep. So this aflatoxin is deadly. Dogs have died, over 100 dogs, and it's harmful to human beings.
So we want to appeal to the Zambian people to trust that Eagle's mealie meal is safe for consumption. It is safe for consumption. There is nothing that has been proven that our mealie meal is contaminated with aflatoxins.
This is Eagle mealie meal. So those who are thinking that we are going to die, I should be the first one to die. Even my minister eats this. So I'm eating it to prove to Zambians that it's not poisonous.